Hello guys, and today I'm going to show you an old dongle, right? Now a long time ago, that sometimes companies decided to introduce dongles into software, okay? And it's basically a piece of electronic hardware or something you would plug into a computer to prove that you really had bought it, okay? At the time, a lot of companies, particularly game companies and companies that produced expensive software, were worried at the time that people would pirate them. One of the ways that they tried to combat piracy was with something called a dongle. The idea was they knew very well that a lot of people could basically crack the protection systems of programs and games and copy them, but they thought it was much harder for people to physically copy a piece of hardware. It was something you plug in rather than just software on a disk, right? Now, I'm going to show you a game I bought many years ago on the Atari ST called Leaderboard. Okay, and it's for the Atari ST. Okay, it's basically a golf game. Okay, I'm not going to actually show you the golf game playing. It'd be a lot of effort for me to set up the computer to do it. I don't even know if it will even work after all this time, to be very honest with you. But nonetheless, here it is. Okay, now inside you'll notice there's a disc and some instructions. This is not the main point of this. Now, believe it or not, even though it looks like a pirated disc, this was actually the original disc. This was the disc as it looked when I bought it, okay? I was amazed. I thought it would be more elaborate. I thought it would have some fancy logo on, some fancy sticker. But no, it just said Atari ST. That was it. Which really shocked me, considering this was a US Gold game. And US Gold was one of the top companies at the time, okay? For gaming, okay? So I was very surprised. But as well as the instructions you get, you just take word for it. This is the instruction leaflet on how to play the game. You also, on the other side, got this. Now you can't probably see it, but I'm going to take it out. This is a dongle, and this is it. I don't think this is probably too complicated. I think all they probably did was just join some wires together, but probably just. But what this is something that you used to plug into either the mouse port or the joystick port. You see, on the Atari ST, they basically had a couple of joystick ports, and one of them would double as a mouse port, if I remember rightly. Okay. So if you want to play with two joysticks, I believe you pull them out and put a joystick in. Otherwise, it would work as a mouse port, okay? And basically, you put this, I'm not sure how, I'll have to read all the instructions, but you put this into one of the two ports. And then you load the game, and the game tries to detect whether this dongle is physically plugged into the computer. If it is, the game would start. If it isn't, it would tell you that the dongle wasn't installed and it wouldn't let you play the game. Now, I believe this is just temporary, so I believe you plug this in initially to do for the anti-piracy check, then you could pull it out. And this was the kind of socket that they used to use in the past for Atari, the old Atari consoles, you know, like, I forget the numbers now, I think it's like 1600 or something like that. I forget the exact number, but it's that kind of region from the early 80s, okay? And it was also used on many home computers like the ZX Spectrum with the Kempson interface and later the Sinclair interface. You know, many computers of the time used this kind of socket for the joystick, okay? And on the back of the dongle, you notice there's they put some silver foil. I believe that's protecting some wires. It looks like there's some wires behind it, so I believe, but could be wrong, it looks like they've just joined some wires together, and it checks whether those wires have been joined together or not in this particular fashion. So there you go, guys. You may have heard about anti-piracy dongles. This is a genuine anti-piracy dongle from an Atari ST game, and it says copyright 1986, so this would probably been released in 1986 or similar time. So there you go. A 1980s game dongle, anti-piracy game dongle. Okay? Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!